Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Elson. Here's a look at what's going on this week in the news. We begin with news from around the world. Pope Francis made a short historic visit to the country of Morocco this past weekend. The Pope arrived in the country on Saturday, March 30th, was back in Rome on Sunday night, the 31st. During his time in the predominantly Muslim country, the Pope spoke out against extremism and the importance of interreligious dialogue, as well as welcoming migrants. He was welcomed by the Moroccan King Mohammed VI, and they both unexpectedly signed an important statement on the special status of Jerusalem, calling for full freedom of access to the followers of the three monotheistic religions, and their right to worship will be guaranteed. The Pope also visited the Caritas headquarters and clergy in Rabat. He concluded his time in the country by celebrating Mass Sunday in Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium. During the Mass, Pope Francis honored members of Morocco's small Catholic community for their work in reaching out to help their Muslim brothers and sisters and the thousands of migrants who passed through the country hoping to reach Europe.
Continuate così, prossimi di coloro che sono spesso lasciati indietro, dei piccoli e dei poveri, dei prigionieri e dei migranti. Che la vostra carità si faccia sempre attiva e sia così una via di comunione tra i cristiani di tutte le confessioni presenti in Marocco, l'ecumenismo della carità. Che possa essere anche una via di dialogo e di cooperazione con i nostri fratelli e sorelle musulmani e con tutte le persone di buona volontà.
More than a dozen Muslim leaders attended the Mass in a sign of friendship and were given seats near the front of the arena. The Catholic community makes up less than 1% of the population of Morocco. In news from around the country, the Georgia House of Representatives has passed HB 481, entitled the Living Infants, Fairness and Equality Life Act. The House, after intense debate, passed the bill through on a 92-78 vote. The bill, as the name suggests, prohibits abortions past the point that a fetal heartbeat is detectable in the womb, which in most cases occurs around 6 weeks of pregnancy. A notable exception includes when a pregnancy is medically futile, as when an unborn child has a condition that is incompatible with sustaining life after birth. Other special cases where abortions would be permitted are when the pregnancy is the result of rape or incest and when a physician determines that a medical emergency exists. The bill is now bound for the desk of Governor Brian Kemp, who has repeatedly expressed his dedication to the bill and the pro-life cause. As with other states that have passed or considered heartbeat bills like Kentucky and Iowa, organizations such as the American Civil Liberties Union are bracing to take the fight to court should the Georgia bill receive the governor's signature. More news from around the country. Catholic Relief Services Rice Bowl campaign is well underway this Lent. Monies gathered during this time help out dioceses in the United States as well as individuals and families who are in need around the world.
CRS Rice Bowl takes Lenten practices of praying, fasting, and giving alms and combines it to help people all over the world, one bowl of rice at a time. In order to participate, Catholic Relief Services sends cardboard rice bowls to parishes or schools so money can be put inside and donated to give the hungry around the world a meal. The money raised during Lent helps people on different continents and also in dioceses in the United States.
As Catholics, we are a both-and people called to support people who are hungry here and around the world because we believe that every single person is a child of God. Every person has human dignity and so is worth supporting.
One example is 16-year-old Annette in Uganda. As a refugee from South Sudan, she's cared for her 3 younger siblings since her parents died, struggling to find food for them. Each day, she cooks, cleans, and gets water for them in very unstable conditions. Christian is another refugee. After fleeing from Sri Lanka into India during the war, he returned home and found his family's farm destroyed. Married with 3 children, CRS helped him restart his farm so he could be self-sustainable. They've also been instrumental in his kids' schooling so they can have a future one day. Since beginning in 1975, nearly $300 million have been raised during each year's 40 days of Lent. Accompanied by prayer and fasting, lives have been touched and changed as a result. both for those giving the money and those reaping the benefits.
Finally in the news, San Antonio Archbishop Gustavo Garcia-Siller was asked recently what he thought about the City Council's 6-4 vote to exclude Chick-fil-A from the list of concessionaires that could operate at San Antonio's International Airport because the company is known for its support of traditional marriage. The Archbishop said it is best in this circumstance that elected officials not restrict a restaurant chain's right to conduct business. Let the marketplace decide, he said, and consumers will select which business to support or not support with their dollars, as they always do. Supporters of the City Council vote also claim the Chick-fil-A owners discriminate against the LGBT community, and still others criticize the company for being closed on Sundays to allow employees to go to church if they choose. In late March, the Buffalo Niagara International Airport decided not to go through with plans to add a Chick-fil-A location to its food court. News reports said this came after a New York State lawmaker raised concerns over the company's charitable giving to conservative organizations such as the Salvation Army and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. A spokesman for Chick-fil-A issued a statement to a local Buffalo TV station stating that the company has no policy to discriminate against LGBT people and that they do not have a political or social agenda or discriminate against any group. Well, that is all the information we have for you this time. I'm Kevin Nelson. Don't forget, you can keep up to date on Catholic news throughout the week with Catholic Newsbreak right here on the Catholic TV network.